Nobody's perfect.
Faux show.
This is Toonin, the podcast where me, Marcus, and my co-host
Around James.
Karsten talk about different cartoons that we believe are made for all ages, not just the kiddos. So we try to kind of pitch adults on this, not necessarily kids. I would make a small argument that this show is less age appropriate than a lot of the shows we go over and talk. But in that sense that those shows are more age appropriate. These ones are bad shows for bad people. Sorry. I'm talking to you, right? No? You.
No, not you, the guy behind. Yeah.
Yeah,
right
bad person.
Yeah.
Piece of... Right, like, you're literally same boat as Spencer, piece of trash. Right now we're going over the Dragon Prince Season 2. We are going to be covering episodes
3 and 4
and 5.
and 5. We're just gonna do 3 episodes.
Yeah, because there's 9 episodes per season.
That sucks.
So it's gonna be off kilter. So we either do like it now or we, you know.
Yeah,
what I
let's
mean?
just do it now.
So.
I mean, it kind of tracks. Did we? Yeah, we watched 3 episodes.
Yeah, because I was trying to edit that stupid video and it's whatever.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Karsten.
Yes.
What were your overall thoughts on the 3 episodes?
Just as entertaining as last week, my dude. I forgot how much I loved this show. Like, in the time between, like, when we were doing Justice League and Avatar The Last Airbender, I forgot how much I loved this show. It's so good. Like, throughout the week, I was just like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for that time to come up in the week where I get to go over and watch Dragon Prince with Marcus. Spend some quality time with my bro. What?
I rewatched some of Season 1.
And...
It's not bad.
But it's not Season 2?
Season 2 is better.
Okay.
By quite a bit. Like, in every aspect. So, like, you know how, like, it chunks a little bit sometimes, the frames?
Yeah.
I think some of it's money and some of it's an artistic choice. And I think they were still pegging down that choice in Season 1. To where, like, it's more, you don't notice it as, like, a cool artistic thing in Season 1. It looks like it's just a way to cut corners with money for the first season. Especially in the first episode. Like, I didn't catch it as much as I did when I was
You didn't catch it as much as you did.
No, so the first time I didn't catch it as much as I did the second time.
Okay.
And it chunks, like, some, like, weird, like, landscape shots and stuff. And you're like, ooh, like that. It gives you, like, the same feeling of, like, when you're skipping frames in a video game that's lagging. And, like, it's just, like, and maybe it's just because it's PTSD flashbacks to, like, my video games and stuff. But it's, like, I don't like how that feels. But, like, in this season, it feels more like a choice and not a way to cut a corner on some money. And just writing is a little less clever. I don't think it's that the writing's less clever. It's they're introducing you to characters. They're saying, these are these people, these are, like, the way they'll act and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So you kind of have a season of that.
Right. But
as opposed to this season, Let 'Em Blossom.
Right, so now that they have the characters developed, they can grow them now.
Yeah, like, they're, like, you know who they are, let's see where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
And this season's very, very good at that.
Oh, yeah.
But, let's pick up at the start of episode 3.
Yeah.
I can't remember the first thing that happens. Hold on.
Yeah.
Callum just found out that the king is dead. His dad's dead. And he's mad at Rayla for not telling him because Rayla knew. And he kind of blows up on her a little bit, which is fairly understandable.
But not too much, actually. Like,
But,
I was
like,
kind of surprised at how well he took it.
I'm surprised at how well he took it. Well, I'm not so surprised at it as much as I respect it.
How old is he supposed to be?
15.
15? That tracks.
Yeah, so, like, I have a lot of respect for, like, this show's doing a thing that I've seen a lot of other shows, like, get close to doing, and then it frustrates me, if that makes sense. Not this show frustrates me. This is, like, subverting those things. Like, any other cartoon, or, like, even a lot of shows for adults, like, this information was withheld from them, they then find out about it, and it's, like, episodes on episodes of them dealing with these trust issues they have with each other now, and all this stuff, and, like, he kind of goes, like, hey, that sucks a lot that you didn't tell me. And then almost immediately is presented with the position to tell Ez.
Yeah, he's like, crap, I gotta tell this kid. How am I gonna tell it?
And then while he's gonna go tell Ez, as talks about how much he's trying to get the dragon to fly and how he feels all this responsibility on him, and he's just thinking the whole time, what would my dad do? What would Dad do? And then Callum can't tell him, and then he instantly goes, yeah, I understand why Rayla didn't tell me, I guess. Like, I get it. I get
and like,
and he even...
There's a funny bit where, like, Ez is just like, are you about to tell me about the birds and the bees?
Oh, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. And Callum's just like, heck no.
Nope, that is not a brother talk. That is a, somebody else will have to do that for you, my boy.
Yep. Wait, so you're saying that you didn't teach your brother about that?
Yeah, I did. It was weird, though. It was after, Charlie. So it was pre the conception of the new kid, but it was after Charlie. So, like, this whole episode, we're getting, like, a back and forth between Claudia and Soren trying to, like...
Figure out how they're going to do it.
Figure out how they're going to get Callum and Ez back to... You know what I just realized? This thing...
What?
This show...
Why am I like this?
It immerses you in such a good way. Like, this episode, not a ton happens.
Right, but it still was like...
But I was fully immersed the whole time. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
And, like, a little bit more like, this episode and the next episode...
Not a lot happened.
You're so immersed in it that, like, you're enjoying every little thing that happens because it's well written, it's well done.
The pacing is right.
The pacing's perfect. Yeah, I'm not trying to say, like, not a lot happens as in it's slow. I'm saying, talking about the first 2 episodes we watched.
Kind of like a lot of the fight episodes in Justice League where, like...
It's like, hey, this was dope. It was just one big fight.
Yeah, so, like, when you boil it down, not a lot actually happened. But the stuff that did happen was done so well that it didn't feel off.
Yeah, and it's actions expected in kids shows and stuff.
So then when you get that one like serious episode where they're just like, we're gonna talk about death.
Yeah, the fact that the third episode I like how I stuttered third out was just a thong thong thong. What? Have you not heard the thong song?
No.
Gosh dang it, dude! I hang out with my brother too much and he's old. The fact that we're watching this kids show, and the third episode we watched is one part flashback action adventure story, and other part 15-year-old kid dealing with the death of his dad, and then I don't remember. Does he open the note yet?
No, he still hasn't opened it. And we're on like episode 5.
Okay. I've seen a little bit ahead of this. But like you're watching this kid do that and struggling with like the I'm responsible for my brother now. And like you see a 15-year-old kid who was kind of like a little bit of a goober and a little bit happy being a kid and very not ready to take on the kingdom or anything by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I'm a prince and I suck at sword fighting, I suck at strategy, I suck at all these things that I'm supposed to be good at. I've been training in my whole life and I suck at all of them. To like, holy crap, I guess I'm a full-grown adult now who has like a ton of responsibility. Frick me. And like, you see that all because of somebody can draw very good and some guy can talk very good.
Yeah.
And that's just a crazy idea to me. But more back to the episode we're talking about. Like
that derailed.
But no, it was just so beautiful.
It
like
was,
it was like really sad, but like sweet because like you see like it was like you saw 1/4 of a coming of age story in just a little bit of an episode that's just a kid thinking to himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's really cool.
Yeah. This show is just so well written.
Yeah. Very good. Very, very... So, let's just talk, like, Soren and Claudia essentially agree that they're going to go with Soren's more direct approach. Rayla is a little bit suspicious of this, so she talks to the
Moon Mage lady. Moon Mage. I can't remember her name.
Moon Mage is her name. Her name is Moon. Her first name is Moon. And she says her butt the whole time. Get it as a moon joke. And then, of course, like, it's played a little bit like a suspenseful scene.
Oh no, I'm gonna go around this corner and pick berries.
Like, it's like, and like, it's played in this way that, like, they don't show you them make the
we have no idea.
illusions.
We have no idea what the plan is yet.
Yeah,
we just
but, like,
know that.
But also, if
Rayla
you're an
has a
adult
plan.
and context clues it, it's clearly illusions.
Yeah.
And you see, she pretty much uses it to show.
If you're not me,
Callum and Ezra. You didn't see it coming for real?
I wasn't really paying attention that much.
Oh.
Like I was paying attention to the show, but I was a little sidetracked because I was working on getting that video uploaded to the
To Google Docs.
Docs. Not sponsored.
Drive. Dang it. Google Drive.
Yeah, I was trying to upload a video to Google Docs.
And it freaking wouldn't work. I'm so confused. I don't know why this is broken. Dang it. So you know what I realized?
What?
I'm saying this statement as I'm derailing the show. When we're watching a new show that's this, like, I think this episode and last episode are going to be some of the most on topic. Like, we'll still derail it because I did talking about the show,
Mm-hmm.
but I think watching a new thing that's this good keeps us on trail a lot because we want to talk about the thing so much more with each other because we're both, like, experiencing it for the first time and we're not doing bits. Like, I think it's really interesting to think about. They trick them. They were illusions. So Soren and Claudia thought that they caught Ezra and
they thought
Ezran
they caught
and-
Ezran and the dragon, and then
Callum, but they didn't.
but
It was
they
illusions.
didn't. Ha! Pranked.
Got him. And then the Moon Phoenix flies in and they all get away
It's like,
on it.
ha! Psych. We're up here the whole time.
And while
Switcheroo.
they're doing that, she casts another spell at them and they're crotch chopping. And then
she just grabs him with a giant lasso, essentially. And she's like, "You've yeed your last haw." And she's trying to pull him in, and they're trying to get away. And then all of a sudden, the ranger guy from season 1, who we've completely forgotten about, his flail comes out of nowhere and grabs Claudia's arm and rips it back. Not like rips it back as in like rips it off of her, but like
he just derails her, and there's blood everywhere. Is the weird thing. It's just how much blood is in this one scene.
for kids. So he like pulls her arm back, and that causes her spell to get uncast. So the kiddos on the Phoenix fly away, and they make it to safety. And then Soren comes in and beats, I forget what his name is, but beats the ranger guy over the head with a rock and knocks him out. And they both, Claudia and Soren, accuse him of being a traitor to the kingdom, even though Amaya or Amara, I can't remember which it is an R or Y.
Who?
The mute lady. Is it Amara or Amaya? Amara.
Pretty sure.
He's like, "I'm not a traitor, I'm just doing what I was told." And Soren and Claudia are just like, "Nah, you're definitely a traitor because you're fighting against us."
Yeah, they vote against him.
So they tie him up, gag him. It's really kinky.
And then that's the end of this episode. Lord Viren is
messing with the mirror.
messing with that mirror still.
Mirror on the wall,
clicked.
who's the fairest of them all.
And it's clicked on, and he can see, like, a situation, and he sees somebody in a very specific cloak kind of walking around occasionally and doing things, but he doesn't know who they are, and he doesn't know why he sees them or anything like that.
Right.
That's the end of the episode. You also see flashes of that throughout the episode. It's the B plot, but it's a very minor B plot as far as, like, literally all that happened was explained in those 2 sentences. Episode 4. Take it away.
So episode 4 kind of starts out where they're flying away on Fifi, the giant magic phoenix. I'm about to sneeze.
They're flying away on the Moon Phoenix and it starts to crash.
Ha! Psych!
Got him, dude. You freaking got all of
My
them.
body was just like...
Hey, you dumb idiot
Correct.
thought he was gonna sneeze. How stupid do you feel now?
I feel
Idiots.
pretty stupid.
Good. I'm glad about it. The Phoenix crashes because it got too far away from the Moon Nexus. So they're on their own, pretty much. And then they're like, well,
Guess we're gonna have to cross the ocean now.
And-
Time for a boat episode!
But a good one!
A really good one that had me rolling for like half the episode.
Yeah, this episode is hilarious, and I think as far as, like, big plot stuff goes, the only big thing that happens is
Storm Brews.
the Storm Brews, and then you...
and then something happens later.
What?
What?
Oh, yeah, but, like,
Yeah.
no, Viren also is... At the end of this episode, I'm gonna get the B plot, like, out of the way. at the
Yes, we
beginning.
don't have to worry about it.
Viren, at the end of this episode, kind of is making contact with this person, and realizes this person's trying
To get him to do a spell of some sort.
to do a bunch of spells, so he has to go
It's
get
either a spell or a suicide pact.
he has to get a bunch of things together, and when he gets to the cutting himself part,
Because you super emo.
he sits. Yeah, if My Chemical Romance starts to play, and he's just like
He's holding the
and
knife,
he's just like
staring into the mirror, holding the knife, contemplating whether or not he should do it.
Luna, just like a moth, you died to incinerate. It's really weird that they got the My Chemical Romance license for that. No, he sticks the knife in the wood,
Table.
and he's just like, I have to think about this, and dips. That's the B plot for this episode.
That's essentially it.
So, this episode, just about nothing happens except for character stuff. And character stuff is what I love.
Mm-hmm.
I love character work. I'm in the minority. I think Stranger Things Season 2's better than 3. I'm in the minority on that. I like Season 2 a ton because Season 2's just character work that I freaking loved. Because I love characters and I love just them interacting with their well-written. And this episode is just a bunch of well-written characters to the last little bit that happens. It's a really cool action scene. We'll get there. But, they go and they have to find a boat, pretty much. They have to find somebody who can, sail them across this ocean. And they realize that they need to find somebody who's okay with elves. With elves. Because Rayla. And Rayla does her whole human bit, which is very funny.
And she calls out basically everything that we as people just kind of do that's really ridiculous, like food portion size and just the constant rush that our lives are in, like having to find
Like the
not find the most direct route, but like find the fastest route.
yeah, like saving like
Literal
it's
seconds.
like 3 seconds faster if I go this way, or like this like shortcut where I go down this alley. It's like, how much time does that really save, my boy? It's really funny and good, and her accent, she does like, it's still
Some kind of Southern Belle
her,
accent.
yeah, her accent's still clearly, it is clearly a person with an accent pretending to do a Southern Belle accent. And it's very good and very fun. And Callum and Ezran go and find a pirate with no eyes, 2 eye patches,
Yeah, he's got 2 eye patches and a very intelligent parrot.
and a very smart parrot. And it's very
Funniest
funny.
character that
He's
I've
really
encountered.
good.
Yeah, it's like, so they get on the boat and the pirate's just like, so, like, the pirate's up at the wheel with Callum, and the pirate guy, he says to Callum, so you wondering what happened to my eyes? And Callum was just like, I mean,
I guess.
I'm kind of, I guess I didn't want to be rude and ask about it, but like, sure, if you want to tell me. And the guy, and the pirate guy says, well, I lost my left eye to a band of mutinous seagulls. And then Callum said, and what happened to your right eye? He says, I don't know. They came from my left.
And it was so funny, dude. It was... That joke was... That joke is...
The pirate cracks so many jokes. It's great.
Like, his whole character's a joke. Like, there's a scene where he's talking about how he also has narcolepsy.
And then he just falls asleep.
And then, like, he, like, jolts awake, and he's like, last thing I remember is sitting here talking about narcolepsy. And they're like, nope, that was it. That's it. That's all that happened. And this is... They have a blind pirate with narcolepsy trying to trying to, sail them across this ocean.
He also gives a neat physics lesson in how sailboats work.
Oh, that was cool, but like that was just real educational stuff. That wasn't funny.
Shut up. I enjoyed it.
Nerd. And then Callum is trying to work out
How to get magic.
how to get magic and also how to be okay with not having magic. And also, there's a storm, and he tries to sit in the storm and get magic, and it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It
And
goes
then
way south.
he kind of retreats into the basement and starts to struggle with that note.
Yes, and he actually brings up a pretty good point. Like, he's like, this note is the last words that I have from my father, and if I open up this note and read them, then those words aren't new anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's like he really is gone.
Yeah, because he's like in like the this nexus state of like, yes, his dad's dead, but there are words my father said to me that are new to me that I've never heard. And once I hear them, I can never hear new things from my father. And it's like this really like sad, sweet moment where he's like, I don't know what to do. Because again, he's a 15-year-old who like knows right from wrong and he's doing the right thing, but it's all uncharted territory for him. He's struggling with like what he's supposed to do because he was okay at magic and then he lost the ability to do that. And now he knows his dad's dead and he's like, I have to take care of Ez. It's really cool. Rayla tries to communicate with the pirate some about her fears and everything in life. And then, kind of towards the end of the episode, we learn more about that ambush from the first episode.
Yeah.
This is you. I was passing it to you. They take it, remember? Oh, is that how we're passing it now?
No. It just
Oh, my nose!
punch the other guy in the face. That's how we know it's our turn.
Do you know what TV show that I just quoted?
Nope.
Dang it.
What is it?
The Brady Bunch. Get cultured.
I watched some of that, but not enough to get the...
This pretty much, and she literally acts it like that. There's an episode where two of the boys are playing catch in the backyard, and Marsha walks out and catches it right in the dome, and she's just, oh, my nose, like that pretty much. And then her nose is broken the rest of the episode. And it's like what it's about, but she acts it literally like I just did.
Nice.
Because she's a phenomenal actress, and she kills it. You know how when you break your nose, you kind of go, oh, my nose, like that?
Yeah.
And she nails it, dude.
Instead of just screaming in pain and writhing on the floor.
Or crying,
Yeah.
or killing yourself.
Broke my arm. Better kill myself.
My nose is broken, I have to die. Do you like how my method of killing myself was a neck stab? Gaga!
So, we get this cool fight between Aunt's mute lady, and it's going to kill me, like, not knowing 100% for sure what her name is.
Moira.
Moira.
I don't know where I got that.
Overwatch?
The only Moira in fiction, I know a Moira in real life who is cousins to a family that used to live here and hang out with us, and I know Moira as in Arrow's mom from the CW show Arrow.
Huh. You know more Moiras than me. We're going to call her Penelope. So yeah, we get
Why
this...
not P-Dog?
Nah.
Why not?
Just call her Aunt A.
Why A?
So
Her name starts with an M.
No, it starts with an A. Amara or Amaya.
It's Amora.
For some reason, that doesn't sound right to me.
Is it because you didn't watch the show ever? Have you seen the show before?
No, I'm just kind of riffing off of you.
I'm just kind of really hoping it was good.
I think I'm coming up with a pretty dope concept for a show.
Yeah, trust me, dude. I've been like, what I've been thinking in my head is just really good.
Got lots of ideas up here in this dome.
Go.
Okay, so on Amara, yeah, we get this cool fight scene between her and this like elf, but that doesn't show up yet. So starts off, they make it to the outpost because they got the signal that all's clear, but the signal came in late.
Not everything's clear. Dang it, I forgot to do spoilers. Spoilers, not everything's clear. Go.
Yeah. So all clear. So yeah, just walk in sector
But
clear.
I just said it's not clear though. I remember it's
And
not
then-
Carson. It
yeah.
wasn't clear though because there's elves. Do you remember?
Yeah, so they.
If you remember, why did you say it was clear? Clear though.
The signal said it was clear. The signal said it was clear, and I trusted the signal. So they walk in.
But you've already seen the episode, so you know the signal. Was... Sorry, go ahead.
Signal wasn't clear. Please rephrase.
You write a message into the show. They sent all clear signal, but it was not all clear. I don't understand. Can you explain this big plot hole in your show? I don't get it. I don't understand subterfuge or trickery. Please explain. Help.
These boys did me dirty, and they lied to me.
I don't know why they.
Why would they do that?
You're
what
allowed
could they possibly
you're
have
allowed
to
lie
gain?
in lore. You're allowed to lie in war. I don't get it. I thought you had.
Why are we like this?
I don't know, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah. So they show up and they're just like, your signal was late, how dare you? Well, they get there and like there's no one there. Like the room is empty and they're like, I don't get it. We just got the all clear signal. Where is everybody? And then they look down a hallway and this guy comes running out. He's like, oh, hi, welcome. Sorry that the signal was late. We're all good here. And then he like motions behind him like kind of subtly. And then boom, suddenly elves. And the elves just pop out of the dark
Dirty
cavern.
little frickin' elves.
Marcus, that's racist.
I hate them. Yeah, you know what? I am racist to elves. If you're a fantasy elf, screw you.
We have to build a wall around our city. Deport all the elves.
Yeah, dude. Freaking, if we were elves, not we. If
I was an elf, I wouldn't want to be an elf.
Yeah, dude, if you were an elf, we wouldn't be friends. We would still make this show, though, because you're still funny, but I wouldn't like you.
So emotions behind them, the elves pop out, and they start doing their shooty shoot arrows, and swinging their swooshy swoosh swords. And there's this fight scene, and Amara's, like, climbing around the cavern, like, on the buildings and stuff in the cavern, and going all, like, Captain America on like the leader of the elf squadron, and we get this really cool fight scene, and then the elf turns into like some kind of magma monster, goes berserk, and gets like their fists stuck in a stone wall because they're just too strong, and then everyone escapes, and they're like, well, that's a problem, we're gonna have to figure out how that happened.
That's the episode.
Yeah.
It is really good.
Good fight scene though, but like we've said countless times in Justice League, can't really describe a fight scene and do it justice.
Well, then they did a cool slashers, their swords, and then they jumped back. Yeah, just watch the show. It's really good. It's so freaking good, dude.
So good.
It's so freaking good. And then the next episode has an A plot and a B plot, but the B plot this time is the boys on the boat. And the A plot is well, real quick, we already touched on the B plot. It's pretty much just Callum trying to figure out his whole thing. And we already talked about how good and great that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's good and great. I loved it. I really did. I loved it. But the A plot is Viren finally got all of those
flashbacks and
those ravens that he sent out, that he forced that guy to send out the other day. Not the other day, episode 1, I believe, of season 2. All of the kings and queens and stuff kind of come together right now over me. And to kind of be like, hey, let's march on Zadia. Let me pitch you on marching on Zadia. And all of them essentially go, I'll do whatever everybody else does.
Except for this one kid who's just like, yeah, no, this sounds like a stupid idea. And everyone's just like, shut up, kid. You don't know anything, you're just a kid. And the kid's just like, I'm already more intelligent than all of you.
Yeah, she pretty much is like, I'm the kid here, but I'm not the person conforming to peer pressure, you babies.
Yeah.
And then Viren tells a story about the girl's parents.
And we get this really neat flashback and story about we get this really neat flashback about the king and Viren and their like relationship, and
we get to like see the boy's mom for the first time.
Yeah.
And like, I like the. Oh, like, can we also talk about this? This show is doing progressive things in a good way. Like, I'm trying to think of a good way to. So when you watch something now that they're trying to force like an agenda or something in, and it feels forced and bad, it's like cringy and bad, and like, it's worse because of this agenda you're putting here. If you would have just made a better product and had these elements in it, it'd be fine. So like, we have like an interracial couple, and it's not cringy and it doesn't feel like a forced agenda. It's just like them treating it as a normal thing makes it feel like a normal thing, right? Because it should be a normal thing. Like, that shouldn't feel weird or nobody should be racist about that. Like,
right.
And like, it's really, I really respect like this idea of like them pushing the envelope forward, but them not drawing attention to it and not trying to shove it down your throat and not trying to be like, well, like, they're actually really cool because they're interracial and all this stuff. They're like, no,
they're cool because they're developed characters.
Here's a good, well-written character. Here's a good, well-written character. He's black, she's white, they're married. This is how their marriage works, and this is them being really cool and like affectionate with each other, and also showing them that they're different people who are like have different opinions on things and have to figure out how to reconcile that in their marriage. Like, it's really neat, and you see like a functional marriage. It's really cool. I like that. Like, if you're going to be doing these things, and you're
do it right.
Do it. Like, tell your story. Don't tell me an agenda. Tell me your story. An agenda can be there, and if you're not telling me it, you're showing me this thing by storytelling, I won't get mad at it.
Right.
So, like, it was really cool. And I was like, I wanted to bring up, like, at no point did they sacrifice story to also show you this cool thing.
Right.
Which I'm like, heck yeah, that's the way to do it. And it's just about how the girl's parents ask for grain from the king.
Because their people are starving, and the king's just like, sure, we'll split everything we have with you. And then
Vieren's like, no,
dude, don't do that. We barely have enough food to feed our own people. And then the king's just like, well, then I guess both countries will starve together.
And then Viren comes up with a way to use the heart of a magma golem or something.
Yeah, it's just like, we're going to kill this magma golem and then use black magic to make more food.
And then...
And the king's just like, cool, let's do it.
The mom's... I don't remember her name.
The queen.
The queen's mad about it.
Sarai, or something like that.
Yeah. Sarai's really mad about it because she's like, you don't know that thing. It's like, that could be the last of its kind. You could be like a kind of doing a...
She's like,
disservice. You don't know.
She's like, is it intelligent? She's like, no, it's a monster. She's like...
She essentially goes like...
Is it intelligent?
Are you murdering a sentient thing? Because if you're going out of your way to murder a sentient thing, it doesn't matter if it saves our people, you're still doing a murder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this thing has done no crimes against us. You don't know its sentience. You don't know its relevance to anything.
Does it have a family? If not, is it the last of its kind?
Like, these are things that you didn't think of. And him being very much humanitarian, being like, I have to save our people, though. Like, I'm not responsible for it and its people. I'm responsible for us and our people. And then she's kind of like, well, like, if you're thinking that way, then why'd you agree to help these other people? And, like, it's two very intelligent people talking intelligently, picking apart the other person's argument. Like, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's well written. And they go to ride, and the queen shows up because she's like, I disagree with him, but, like, I also agreed when I married you that we were going to be together and I was going to help you in life, and
yeah,
because we disagree doesn't mean I'm going to let you go right off and maybe die to some monster. I'm going to go with you and do my best to protect you and help you.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, like, a supportive relationship. Again, really cool.
Yeah.
Like, this is, like, a better, more supportive, like, relationship than, like, you see in sitcoms nowadays. Because, like, in the sitcom, like, depending on it feels like every other episode, the wife or the husband trade off on who's the big dumb idiot, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like this is a better written like.
Still couple. A better love story than Twilight.
It's a better written couple than like adult sitcoms now. Cause like no, it's just two smart people being smart and cool.
Yeah.
And they go and they ride on this and they find the monster and we get a really cool fight scene of them fighting this monster.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
That was 3 episodes.
Is it like they just fight the monster, right?
Yeah, they just fight the monster.
Oh, there's more. Viren gets to the end, and they say they're not going to help him. Don't they?
To be completely honest, I can't remember.
Yes, sorry. Because they say the kid refuses. She's like, I'm not going to do that. I don't care. Like, and like she learns, like, that's how her parents died and stuff. She's like, I don't care, though. Like, I can't risk all of my people's lives.
Because you have an agenda.
And he then gets mad and leaves and goes to talk to the wizard that tried to get him to cut himself. Then it ends.
That sounds like a weird drug trip kind of thing. Goes to talk to the wizard that tried to get him to cut himself.
Frick, this show's good, though.
Yes!
Like, this show does such a good job of, like, being kid-friendly in a lot of ways, and appropriate, and amazing.
But still,
but also, like just
intelligent.
Legitimately intelligent, legitimately handles dark subjects. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's like, this is some of the best fantasy I've seen in such a long time.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just fun to see. And again, it's good fantasy that's well written with also, like, really fun, vibrant, cool characters. They're so interesting, and I loved it. I love it. It's fun.
I love it so much, dude. It's such a great show. Like, 10
is,
out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah, this is becoming a better show than I thought it had any grounds to be. So, a quick note. We're not trying to become the Dragon Prince podcast by any means. But we really love this show, and I've done a little bit more research than we ever have before on the Dragon Prince show. So, the way that it kind of is set up is with the 3-act structure. The first 3 seasons are Act 1, and then there's going to be 2 more seasons of Act 2, and then 3 more seasons of Act 3, but I think they're going to be branded as different shows.
Oh, cool.
So, like, this Dragon Prince is going to tell Act 1 to be the first arc of kind of them getting the dragon, I'm guessing, to where it needs to go, and then I don't know what Act 2 or Act 3 is going to be about, but it was kind of announced at Comic-Con, that's what's going on. They are announced for a Season 3 and stuff, like, so the show is doing better and doing well.
Dude, I'm hyped.
Great. Yeah, and I
mean, if this ends up being our claim to fame, I'm down for that.
Yeah, it's
a good show.
It's really good. I loved it. So, I said all that to say, like, we like the Dragon Prince, and we will go out of our way to review Dragon Prince as when it comes out. So, like, we will be doing other things, and when Dragon Prince comes out, we're going to circle back around to the new season of Dragon Prince, like always, because it's super good and dope, and we like it.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're going to kind of wrap it up. We have merch up on the website. We got hats. We got sweaties. We got t-shirts.
When are we getting those underwears, dude?
I don't have any control over that. I don't think the website we're using does underwear. I do know me and Michael have kicked around an idea for a different shirt. At this point, I have to have had a butt kicked is not a butt tricked yet, so there's that shirt up there as well.
Hopefully.
I get a control when the episodes go up. So by the time I say the last episode of Avatar, it'll have happened.
Okay.
Because I can control when I post that. So, we waited 3 weeks to post that episode. Well, didn't have his t-shirt set.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Michael have kicked her. I'm not going to spoil what the shirt is. I'll tell you after. But it's a really funny idea. I know that we also have a sponsorship with Audible. We don't talk about it enough, but...
I mean, isn't there that soundbite that's inserted at the beginning of the video?
Yeah, but, like, we're supposed to, like, recommend to do an actual ad spot. But just, like, as a reminder, we have an Audible thing. It's good.
Go.
We like audiobooks. I love podcasts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I need to sneeze.
Is your body going to say psych, too?
I think so.
Bless you.
Yeah, it said psych.
Did Audacity just freeze?
Oh, no, it's just tweaking out.
Okay.
Still registering our levels. It's just going slow.
Yeah.
Frick me. What was I gonna say?
Donate without getting any benefits. You could just give us the money.
Idiots.
Or you can give us or if you maybe don't want to spend the full price for a shirt or something, you could just donate less money.